Hey everyone, this is Daxon here with Weaver Family Farms. So today I'm going to be making one of these countertop or stovetop covers. I already had cut my first piece here. Since plywood is really the only wood, at least around here, that you can get to come up to 27 inches in width, because the overall will be 27 wide and 30 long. I'm going to have to use some of this panel style board and cut two pieces, and I'm going to have to butt them up together. I'll try to hide the seam as good as possible, you know, sand it down and everything like that. I had a picture here in this video also to show you what I'm talking about. And we'll put some nice little handles on it. But what I'm doing here is cutting this for 30 inch, and my miter saw don't quite reach. I'll have a little bit left, but I can go ahead and we'll get this first cut in here. Flip it over. And now we have our pieces, and these will go on each other's end like this. However, now these are 16-inch boards, so we are going to have to slice them, and I'm going to try to make them both the same size, so it'd be 27 divided by 2, which is what, 13.5 inches in each one. So I have to cut off a few, run it right here through the table saw. See, these boards measure, they're supposed to be 16 inches, but it's just a hair under 16 inches here. But I'm going to cut them both to where they're right there, 13.5 inches, because I already have my length cut. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and come back and just kind of show you what I am back with. So here we have the table saw adjusted to where, kind of hard holding this up. Here's one hand, but we have it to where now we'll get our 13.5 inch cut. It's a little at an angle here, holding it with my leg up, but 13.5 inch. So I'll run it through the table saw, and that's how we're gonna split both of them long way, so we end up with our 27 inches. All right, so now how we have both of our pieces that have been sliced up through there. The size we're looking at will be right about here. I'm a little unlevel. I have to get them leveled up and stuff. I plan to route the edges probably too, but then we'll have these, which I'll need to cut down a little bit. These are the pieces I cut off, and they can actually run right here along the edges. I'll get one of them on each side. You can kind of tell by the style in the picture. And this will be our stove cover. And then I'm either going to engrave or put some type of like vinyl sticker on here also after it's stained, but we got to get the base done first. All right, so I didn't want to get too far ahead here. However, I had glue all over my hands, a bit messy, but I have these long clamps. You can see here's one piece, here's the other piece, and that's the seam. Put a ton of liquid nails in there, some of the strongest glue there is, and also did the same with these pieces, as well as I went ahead and covered them up, but there's a screw here, 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 and here. By the time I sand that down and stain it, it kind of helps hide where the screws are instead of seeing, you know, just some shiny gold screws in there. I do have 3 clamps that's going to hold it together tight, as well as I got the same deal over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I also used a tiny little drill bit, and I angled screws, and I only got 3/4 inch here to work with what those boards are. But I angled these little bitty tiny screws I have that are about, I don't know, 3/4 inch long or so, and really angled them in there slowly, but I used the drill bit first, otherwise you'll have a lot of cracking. This to help support the middle. Then I'm gonna go through some of my wood filler here, and I'll grab that out again here. And I'll put that in those two. This is what I have. It's not really, this color doesn't really match. However, it's not that big of a deal if you're gonna paint or stain. But you take this and I just smear it in the holes. When you sand it down, it looks nice. All right, so now what I'm doing is going through, you see it's a little more cleaned up here. I'm just using one of these sanding discs on the grinder here. You could use a normal sander, like for example, one of these mouse sanders if you wanted to. Just take a little longer for, you know, build up of the glue. This is the bottom of this. Show you doing a little bit of that. Cleaning it up really nice, and I'll use that on some of the edges like this too. Smooth that up real quick. I like how this sticks out just a little bit past there. and smooth all that out. All right, now that I got the all the ends and everything looking flush and nice, now I'm going to use my little portable hand belt sander here. I grinded down with this like I showed you a minute ago. Quite a bit of that glue, but now I need to finish getting more off. It looks a lot more clean right there, more seamless looking. Run this here, I'll show you. Now we got it all. You're looking nice. You can see there's just a little bit of residue of glue left, but not much. I'll grab one of my palm sanders with some, I can't think what grit I got on here right now. This is like 240 or something like that. Something pretty rough, but not super rough, because I don't want to take down the wood a whole bunch more since I already did that with just the belt sander. I'm going to go through and I'm going to start smoothing all this out now. Once I get it all smooth and looking nice, then we'll be able to get it stained. Alright, so now the back is stained earlier today, and I just went through and did this. This is the top side here. Oh, I like that color. It's early American. It kind of reminds me of the dark walnut stain, but this isn't quite as dark. It's a pretty color though. So then after this, what we'll have to do is get those handles on there, and then we're going to do the vinyl part of the customer's last name on there, and it should look pretty good. All right, here it is all stained up. I got to get the handles on it and the vinyl inscription here and be in the middle. Here's the handles on there. Nice black handles with some black screws centered.